Hey, what is up you guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is Becca, this is Cosplay.and.books, the channel where I talk about books and then cosplay from the ones that I like the most. And today we are doing the Christmas song tag. So this tag was originally created by Haley in Bookland, which I will link it down in the description below if you want to go watch the original videos. And yeah, basically it is a tag based all on Christmas songs. I don't know why I'm showing you that you can't see any of that. But it's based completely around Christmas songs and with prompts that fit those song lyrics. Alright, so let's get into it. The first prompt is "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch," which is a villain that you couldn't help but love. For that, I picked Jax from a Once Upon a Broken Heart. This is A Curse for True Love because I don't have a copy of Once Upon a Broken Heart. But he is technically the villain of this story, and I love him so very much. You know, I don't know. I can't help but love him. He's the love of my life, and I will always love him. Number 2 is "All I Want for Christmas Is You," which is name a book that you most hope to see under your Christmas tree. For this, I picked Nocturne by Alyssa Wees. This is like a 1930s ballet in Chicago with a bit of like magic to it, and I think it sounds really fun. I wanted to read it, August, I think. I put it on my Adventure-a-thon TBR, and then my library never got it. They had it, somebody had checked it out, and then they just never got it back. I had it on hold, and they just never got it. So I was never able to read it. So I'm hoping to get it soon so I can read it, because I really want to read it, because it sounds really fun. Next is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Name a character that overcomes major obstacles and learns to believe in themselves. For that, I picked Juliet in the Shatter Me books. She starts off as a very shy character who really keeps to herself a lot, and throughout the series she becomes very powerful and very, independent, and I love her for that. She's great. I love the Shatter Me books so much. I really want to reread them all, especially Ignite Me and Restore Me, because those are my two favorites. But I really hope to reread them soon. We shall see. But I definitely think Juliet fits this prompt, because in the first book she's very much not confident, and then she becomes more confident as the books progress. Next is Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which is a two-parter question. The first is, what character do you think would be on the top of the naughty list? For that, I picked Kate Harker in This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. She's literally committing arson in the first page of this book. I don't know what else to say. She does a lot of, I'm pretty sure she kills people a lot. Well, no, not, hold on. She doesn't, but yeah, I would definitely say she'd be on the naughty list. And the second part to that question is, what character do you think would be on the top of the nice list? For that, I picked Ravi in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. He is just the nicest person ever. He is helpful. He is very loving. I love him so much. He technically helps blackmail people, but he doesn't like to do it. And I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say in the third book, but in the first one, yes. The first and second, absolutely. The third one, not so much. We're not going to talk about that. But yeah, we love Robbie. Next is Frosty the Snowman, which is name a book that melts your heart. For this, I picked More Than We Can Tell by Bridget Kemmerer. This is about these two people who are both battling their own fights, sort of thing. It's our main guy is getting letters from his abusive dad, and our main female is dealing with an online internet troll. Also her parents fighting. But yeah, it's a very cute little romance, but it has a lot of sad moments in it. I think I cried a lot during this book. But yeah, I also tabbed it. I reread it a couple months ago. and I tabbed it because I just love this book so much. And I also annotated it because I love this book so much. Next is Feliz Navidad, which is a book that is set in a country that is different from yours. For this, I picked Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong. This is set in China, and I love this book. I could have picked really like any of Chloe Gong's books. At least the ones that I've read are all, well, I've read These Violent Delights and then this series, and all of them have been set in China so far. I don't know if Immortal Longings is. I want to say it is, but I could be wrong about that. But I love this book. This is probably one of my favorites. I think the connection between Rosalind and Orion is just something so very special. I also love fake marriages. So the next prompt is It's the Most Wonderful Time of Year, which is which holiday book do you use to spread holiday cheer? I have not read any holiday books yet. I plan to, and I'm going to name the one book that I plan to read this month, which is The Afterlife of Holly Chase, which is a Christmas Carol retelling, where this girl was a Scrooge in her life, and when she was helped by the ghost of past, present, and future, she didn't end up actually liking Christmas still, and so when she died, she became, I believe, the ghost of Christmas Present. And so now she has to help another Scrooge. And I think that's a really cool thought, like an idea. So I'm very excited to read this. Next is Sleigh Ride, which is which fictional character would you choose to spend the holidays with? I feel like there are so many characters that I would love to spend the holidays with, but I feel like this character would be the most fun to spend the holidays with. And that is Jest from Heartless. He would just make it so entertaining and so fun, and I love him. I adore him. So obviously I'm going to pick him. I couldn't, I couldn't not talk about this book in a video. I love this book. Love it so much. I feel like any tag or recommendation video you will see, this book will be in it because I recommend this book to every single person. Next is Baby It's Cold Outside, and that is which book would you sacrifice to a fire to warm yourself up? For that, I picked To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. I did not like this book at all. I liked the premise of it. It's like I almost said Romeo and Juliet. It is not Romeo and Juliet. It's a Little Mermaid retelling, but enemies to lovers. So she is a siren and he hunts sirens, and her mom, who's like the Ursula of this story, turns her into a human as a punishment. But it was just, I don't know, it felt strange. You know that like tension, that like romantic tension where they say they hate each other, but you could tell they really like each other. Like Once Upon a Broken Heart does that really well. This book did not. I just felt like they hated each other the whole time. Or at least she hated him the whole time, and he was like, oh, cool, okay, whatever. And then they were kissing, and I was like, what is happening? So, I definitely do not like this book. I know some people do, and some people really like the enemies to lovers aspect of it, but I did not. I think it was too short, because it's only like 300-something pages, which I think is way too short for an enemies to lovers fantasy romance, because it also has a lot of world building. So it also kind of takes away the whole Little Mermaid aspect of that she was in love with him and that's why she became human. So I don't know. Maybe that might just be me. I don't know. Next is Do You Hear What I Hear, which is a book that you think everyone should read. For that, I picked Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemmerer. I think this book is really good because it deals with a lot of heavy topics, but it's also really adorable, and it's very cute and very sad. I also tabbed this one, just like I did with More Than We Can Tell. But yeah, this basically is about these two characters, Juliet, who is grieving over her mother, and Declan, who is trying to escape something he did in the past. And it's, wow, it's just really, whoa. It's heavy, look for trigger warnings, but it's very cute. And I love it. Next is Where Are You Christmas, which is a book that you want to read that hasn't come out yet. For this, I picked Wisteria by Adeline Grace. This is the third and I believe final book in the Belladonna trilogy. I love this series so much, and I'm very excited about this because I believe it's mainly about Blythe, even though I'm very sad to leave Cigna and Death behind. I would love to hear her story as well as Fate, who we met in Foxglove. So I'm very excited about this book. Next one is Last Christmas, which is a book you started out loving but didn't end up liking. That is Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes, I believe. This is, I think, like the origin story of the Queen of Hearts. So obviously when I heard that, I was like, oh, Heartless, that's similar. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this. I did not. I found it pretty boring, and I don't know, she just, the main character felt annoying to me. I started out kind of like, oh, maybe, and then I just ended up liking it. It's a trilogy, but I don't plan on reading any of the other books. So, yeah, that's what I'm picking. And the last question is A Marshmallow World, which is a fluffy book. For that, I picked The Upside of Falling by Alex Light. I just think this is a really cute, like, romance. Is it cheesy? Absolutely. Do we need some cheesy stuff in our lives? Absolutely. That's why I like this book. It's definitely a good palate cleanser, especially if you're like me and read a lot of fantasy. Something small and a little bit of romance is a good thing. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.